Hi, I've created this whole personal website to find a woman to marry me. Creating an exquisitely happy, incredibly powerful marriage with an awesome goddess is the most important thing in the world to me. I've been on a long, deep spiritual journey looking for her, and along the way I have grown and developed and transformed myself tremendously, and I've learned a lot. In this video, I'm going to tell you about the most important thing I'm looking for in a marriage, and that's resonance, divine resonance. Resonance is a magical energy flow that happens when a system is perfectly tuned. The energies match. In non-resonance systems, energy that gets put into the system gets wasted. But when resonance is achieved, the energy put into the system builds and builds. A good example is a playground swing. When a child who doesn't know how to pump the swing sits in the swing, she pulls on the chains and she wiggles and flails around and puts a lot of energy in, but her energy is wasted. And then she says she doesn't get a ride. She just says, "Push me." Well, there are two things a child needs to learn. The first, and most children wouldn't be able to explain this, the first is that the swing has a natural resonant frequency that's determined by the length of the chain. It's a pendulum, like this. If I make the string, let's say this long, let's see what the resonant frequency is. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But if I make the string much shorter, the resonant frequency will be much higher. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. That's the resonant frequency. The second thing she needs to learn is to move her body back and forth at the resonant frequency of the swing. And when she does that, the swing will begin to move. But the energy will not get wasted. It will build and build, and she'll go higher and higher and higher, and she'll get a great ride. Resonance also happens in electronic circuits, and is very important in computers and in radios. So what does all this have to do with a relationship or a marriage? I'll tell you what. People who are serious about creating a great relationship put a tremendous amount of energy into the relationship, as they should. Unfortunately, a lot of that energy gets wasted, like the swing when someone doesn't know how to ride it. Now, the swing only has one dimension, but relationships have many dimensions. And there are subtle energetic frequencies happening along each of those dimensions. I believe that the key to creating an incredible relationship is to match up the woman's and the man's energetic frequencies along as many of those dimensions as possible. And then there will be multiple resonances. Now, I don't know how many dimensions there are in a relationship, but let's just say for discussion, it's 27. Now, suppose that by happenstance and without awareness, a couple manages to achieve resonance in 5 of those 27 dimensions. Well, that's good. But the other 22 are not resonating. And so a lot of the energy that gets put into the relationship is going to be wasted. People will be putting energy into the relationship that the relationship is incapable of sustaining. And eventually they'll become exhausted. One or both of them will become exhausted by this, and then they'll put energy into the legal system in a divorce action. Now suppose, in contrast, my lady and I can get resonance, we can achieve resonance in 25 of the 27 dimensions. I think the result would be spectacular. Energy will accumulate in our relationship, and our marriage will rise higher and higher. Happiness, love, peace, and health will flourish, and we'll have greater and greater mutual success. That is the marriage that I want. Obviously, the first thing I have to do is find the right lady, which obviously is why I created this website. Now, my requirements for the lady I'm looking for are intense and detailed. And that's because I believe that is what is needed to achieve resonance with me. I'm not talking about any other man. I wish everyone all the best. If you feel resonance, if you're a woman and you feel resonance with me from watching this video and from reading this website, then I invite you to contact me on the last page of this website, and we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and God bless America.